Welcome to another deep dive. This time, you asked us to take a look at Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Oh, classic.
It really is. And it's been, what, like almost 40 years since it came out?
Since 1989. So yeah, closing in on 40.
1989, wow. But it's still so relevant today. So many people still turn to it for guidance on, well, just about everything. Personal growth, work, relationships.
Yeah, it really is a touchstone for a lot of people.
So our mission today is to do what we do here, go deep, beyond just the surface level of the 7 habits. We want to understand how they connect as a system, as a framework for effectiveness in your life, and how you can actually apply these habits in a way that sticks.
I think it's interesting how Covey structures the book too. Starting with habits that are about you, about personal leadership, and then moving outward to how you interact with others.
Yeah, it's like a journey almost.
Exactly. A journey from dependence to independence to interdependence.
Okay, so let's jump right in. Habit 1, be proactive. This is a big one, right?
Huge. It's the foundation of everything else.
So for you, thinking about this right now, what does it actually mean to be proactive?
It means recognizing that you are in control of your own life, that you're not just reacting to circumstances, but you're actively choosing how you respond to them.
So it's not just about like taking initiative.
Right. It's deeper than that. It's
Yeah.
about taking responsibility for your own thoughts, feelings, and actions.
Okay, I'm starting to see the distinction. And Covey talks about this idea of the circle of concern and the circle of influence. For you, how do these circles relate to being proactive?
So the circle of concern is everything that you care about. World events, politics, the weather, your neighbor's dog barking at 3:00 a.m., all those.
Stuff that stresses you out.
Right. Exactly. But a lot of that is outside of your control.
Okay, so what about the circle of influence?
The circle of influence is smaller. It's the things you can actually do something about. Your own actions, your words, your attitude.
So the more proactive you are, the bigger your circle of influence.
That's the idea. You focus your energy on what you can control, and that in turn can actually expand your influence.
It makes sense. Instead of wasting energy worrying about things you can't change, you channel that energy into making a difference where you can.
Exactly. And it even shows up in the language you use.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, think about the difference between saying, I have to do something versus I choose to.
Huh. Yeah. I have to feel so much more passive, like you're being forced.
Exactly. Proactive language is empowering. It reflects a sense of agency and responsibility.
This is really making me think about the words I use every day. All right, let's move on to habit 2. Begin with the end in mind.
Ooh, this is a powerful one. It's all about vision.
Okay, so for you, what does it actually mean to begin with the end in mind?
It means having a clear picture of where you want to go in life. What are your goals? What are your values? What do you want your life to stand for?
So it's not just about setting goals, it's about knowing what's truly important to you.
Exactly. Because if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there.
And that can lead to a lot of wasted time and energy, right?
Absolutely. You might achieve things, but are they the right things? Do they align with your core values and your vision for your life?
And this is where the idea of a personal mission statement comes in, doesn't it?
Yes. Covey really emphasizes the importance of writing a personal mission statement. It's like a constitution for your life.
Okay, for you, what does that actually look like? What's in a personal mission statement?
It articulates your core values, your long-term goals, the kind of person you want to be, the impact you want to have on the world. It's a guiding document that helps you make decisions that are aligned with your deepest beliefs and aspirations.
Wow. So you're basically defining your purpose. That feels kind of big.
It is big, but it's also incredibly empowering. And it doesn't have to be this super formal, stuffy document. It can be as simple or as elaborate as you like.
As long as it truly reflects what matters to you.
Exactly. And it can evolve over time, too, as you grow and change. Okay, we've talked about being proactive, having a vision. Now let's talk about action. Habit 3, put first things first.
Time management. This is where things get real.
It's not just about time management, though. It's about prioritizing and executing based on your values and your goals.
So it's about making sure your actions are aligned with your vision.
Exactly. It's about living intentionally, not just reacting to whatever comes up.
And this is where Covey's time management matrix comes in, right?
Yes. I love this matrix.
Mhm.
It's so helpful for visualizing where your time and energy are actually going.
For you, how does that matrix break down? Remind everyone what the quadrants are.
All right, so picture a square divided into 4 quadrants.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Quadrant 1 is urgent and important. These are the crises, the deadlines, the things that demand immediate attention.
The things that make you feel like you're constantly putting out fires.
Yes. And then quadrant 2 is not urgent, but important. These are the things that contribute to your long-term goals, your well-being, your relationships.
So things like planning, personal development, building relationships.
Exactly. Things that are easy to put off because they don't have that immediate pressure.
But they're so crucial in the long run.
Exactly. And then quadrant 3 is urgent, but not important. This is where a lot of interruptions and distractions fall.
Oh, like those emails that feel urgent but don't really move the needle on your goal.
Yes, or those meetings that could have been an email. Yeah. And then finally, quadrant 4 is not urgent and not important. This is the time-wasting stuff. Social media scrolling, binge-watching TV.
The stuff that just drains your energy and doesn't really contribute to anything.
Precisely. So the key takeaway is this. Highly effective people spend most of their time in quadrant 2.
Because that's where you're working on things that truly matter.
Yes, it's about being proactive and intentional with your time and energy.
Okay, so those are the first 3 habits, focused on you leading yourself. Now we shift to interacting with others. Habit 4, think win-win. This is about more than just negotiation, isn't it?
It's about approaching all your interactions with the belief that there's a solution that benefits everyone involved.
So it's not about one person winning and the other person losing.
Exactly. It's about moving away from that scarcity mindset, the idea that there's only so much to go around.
So for you, what does it mean to have an abundance mindset?
It means believing that there's enough success, enough opportunity, enough resources for everyone to thrive.
It's a pretty powerful shift in perspective.
It really is. It allows you to be generous and collaborative because you're not threatened by other people's success. You actually celebrate it.
And that creates a much more positive and productive environment for everyone. Okay, habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. For you, what's the core message here?
It's all about the importance of empathetic listening. Really listening to understand the other person's perspective before trying to make them understand yours.
So it's not just about waiting for your turn to talk. It's about really trying to get where they're coming from.
Exactly. It's about listening with your ears, your eyes, your heart. Paying attention to their words, their tone of voice, their body language.
For you, what makes empathetic listening so powerful?
It builds trust and rapport. It makes people feel heard and validated. And when people feel understood, they're much more open to hearing your perspective.
So it's not just about being nice, it's actually a strategic advantage.
Exactly. It creates a foundation for more effective communication and stronger relationships. All right, on to habit 6. Synergize. This one's all about the power of teamwork, right?
Yeah, the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Precisely. Synergy happens when people with different strengths and perspectives come together and create something that wouldn't have been possible individually.
So it's about more than just cooperation, it's about valuing those differences.
Yes. It's about recognizing that everyone has something unique to contribute, and when you combine those contributions in the right way, the results can be truly amazing.
It's that aha moment where everything clicks into place.
Exactly. And finally, we arrive at habit 7, sharpen the saw. For you, this is the habit that keeps everything else running smoothly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about self-renewal, taking care of yourself so you can show up fully in all areas of your life.
Yes. Covey talks about 4 dimensions of renewal: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual.
Can you break those down for us?
Sure. Physical renewal is about taking care of your body, exercise, nutrition, sleep. Mental renewal is about learning new things, challenging your mind, reading, being curious.
Okay, what about emotional?
Emotional renewal is about nurturing your relationships, developing your emotional intelligence, learning to manage your emotions effectively.
So it's about self-awareness, empathy, connection.
Exactly. And then spiritual renewal is about connecting with your values, finding meaning and purpose in your life.
So it's about taking care of yourself on every level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't be truly effective in any area of your life.
So when you look at the 7 habits as a whole, you see this progression, right?
Yes, it's brilliant. You start with personal mastery, being proactive, defining your vision, prioritizing.
And then you move to interdependence,
Yep.
thinking win-win, seeking to understand, synergizing.
Exactly. And it's all supported by the continuous practice of sharpening the saw, renewing yourself so you can keep growing and contributing.
It's about becoming the best version of yourself so you can have the greatest positive impact on the world.
Absolutely. Well, that was an amazing deep dive into the 7 habits of highly effective people. It's such a rich and insightful book.
It really is. And even though it was written almost 40 years ago, it's still so relevant today. So for you listening, as you reflect on these 7 habits, I want to leave you with a question. Which habit resonates most strongly with you right now? Which one do you feel like you need to focus on in your own life?
And how might focusing on that one habit create a positive ripple effect in all areas of your life? Think about it. And thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
Until next time.